When I say halal, Yahawashi Bahasham Rawchaa Qadash, the honors to the apostles of great millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the island by preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. I'm WW3.
Rakabash.
Yeah, and as you can see, for the past week, basically, what basically go down, America basically ordered a strike, and the top general over there in Iran, killing him, Soleimani, and now expecting a response. Now, all this basically is feeding into the prophecies because Iran, which we know as Persia, is going to be a key factor in the destruction of America. But as the apostles say, nukes now go flying and war get full-fledged and hot. Just like that, because you have a lot of things that are supposed to happen first. Now, if it come down to the seriousness of America really going into World War III, there are a lot of things that basically have to be put in place. And some of those things that is going to be put in place is what going to affect you. On the ground before you even see the nukes flying. There's a lot of things that governments do in the time of war, serious war. It's like you have a thing you call emergency powers. That the government enact, the president or whatsoever leader, you have basically get certain powers to do certain things, like bringing in martial law.
Rationing food.
Rationing. Hey, we're gonna go into all of that because all of this is going to lead down to the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, and these are the things. When this thing gets serious with Iran, these are some of the trickling down effects that are gonna happen before war get hot. Things that are gonna happen in your hometown. We basically which basically gonna be in direct we call it now
Conflict.
no in connection with what's going on abroad. As I said before, in the time of war, there are certain adjustments need to be made in the parties that involve countries. And that's what we're gonna deal with. So first, we're gonna bring up back this thing. This when Obama basically was in power, they basically reenact these executive orders. I will basically go over it again, that you understand what gonna happen if there should be declaration of war between America and Iran. How much it gonna play out in your lives, man, before the nukes even fly. All right, go on, Ron.
All right, here we go.
Of the real Obama. Now, in this installment, we shine the spotlight on an executive order that the White House was hoping that you would never learn about. Now, the president signed the National Defense Resources Preparedness Executive Order late Friday afternoon. And since that time, now the measure has been virtually ignored by the mainstream media. Now, the order essentially gives the president of the United States absolute power over any and all.
Okay, before we even go into that, because we don't want to get it twisted, not because it's basically directed at, like, it's Obama who get it done. The thing is, these executive orders that any president come in and put in place, look, no other president come back and say, okay, we'll get rid of them thing here. So it's a part of the game. So whatsoever president come afterward, are gonna have them powers there for wheel.
Right.
So that's what's going on now. So these laws that these executive orders are basically was signed in, Trump have the same power to do so. Just like Obama. So it's not about this one man thing. Yeah? One.
American resources during both times of peace and national crisis. Now, this includes, but is not limited to, food and livestock, water, plants, energy, health resources, transportation, and construction materials, and gives the government the ability to, quote, control the general distribution of any material, including applicable services, in the civilian market.
Okay, the brother Rockwell, I'm going through this extensively and speak about rationing and everything, because what really can happen, the government basically eventually I forgot bring in martial law. See, in martial law is basically wartime laws basically.
Yeah,
You can bring out the meaning,
right,
brother.
bring it
Because
out.
what really happen when a country go to war, see, in order to keep order in the country, you know what I mean? The military basically have to basically shut down the country.
Right.
You know, and apply military laws in the country. You know what I mean? Because when your country at war, you know, just roam freely. You know what I mean? Because guess what? They have to make sure say your enemies, enemy cells in the country, they have to realize, make sure say your certain people now collude with the enemy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They need to know what type of dissent, and they need to quell all dissent in the country while the country is at war. Because you don't want them at war and then at home all hell break loose. So when the government do, them bring in certain emergency powers in order to control whatsoever is taking place within that country. You know what I mean? That everybody support the war effort in a whatsoever way they can support it to keep order there. And that's what them do. Them bring in martial law in such cases, man.
Right.
You know what I
So
mean?
this is from the Wikipedia page. Martial law is the imposition of direct military control of normal civilian function by a government,
Right.
especially in response to a temporary emergency such as invasion or major disaster,
Right.
or in an occupied territory.
Right.
Right? Martial law can be used by government to enforce their rule over the public, as seen in multiple countries listed below. Right? And it says, huh?
Yeah.
Listen, let's read. Such incidents may occur after a coup d'etat, right? When threatened by a popular protest, right? To suppress political opposition, or to stabilize insurrections, perceived insurrections.
Okay.
Right? Martial law may be declared in cases of natural disasters. However, most countries use a different legal construct, such as a state of emergency. Right, there's another part we want to read down here. So it said, typically, the imposition of martial law accompanies curfews, the suspension of civil law, civil rights, and habeas corpus.
Right.
Right.
So the military can gun you down, or they can be put to death without seeing a lawyer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because habeas corpus, basically, you get denied all those rights to prove yourself innocent before a court.
Right.
You know what I mean? So all them things are go out the window. You know what I mean? You got to talk to my lawyer. Them, no, that's not that going to work, man. That lawyer not exist in that time. Think they get him lawyer. What they, the other day when the Israelite was under fire because the East are trying to set us up by this Jewish killing thing that happened the other day. You have come for basically lawyer. I come for a general Jew. One of them lawyer, the article says one of them lawyer, they come forth and I speak on behalf of them, so them not associated with whatsoever happened. But guess what? In that day, no lawyer thing not got about, man.
Your civil rights not exist.
Civil rights not exist. So basically, these executive order basically I make preparation for a martial law like settings in case of any form of emergency. And a part of that emergency is what? Having a war with another country, man. You know what I mean? So these are certain measures that are gonna affect you before even war basically get hot over there in the Middle East. You know what I mean? They have other factors that are going to lead into that too, because as it say, civil disobedience and civil disorder, because all these things have happened, you know. Civil disorder and disobedience, yeah? Because what's going to happen, seeing you're going to have economic failure. You know what I mean? And wars basically bring about economic woes, man.
Mm-hmm. Especially with Iran.
These things are giant factors when it come on to wars, man. And even famine is our giant factor, man.
And the thing is, it more connected to the economy now because of who the US are going to war with. Iran is responsible for a majority of the oil supply on the face of the earth.
Yeah,
and
a third, basically.
Yeah, over 33%. And oil is the backbone of today's economy.
Yep. We have what we call it, petrochemical, run this industrialized world.
Right. So without the free flow of oil in the world, we're gonna have economic problems.
Right.
Countries are gonna pretty much can't afford for bringing in oil in order for power them livelihood.
Right.
You see me, countries like Jamaica, because Jamaica, there's an article come out the other day, Jamaica pretty much fretting about the situation going on because they know that if the US go to war with Iran, right, basically we can't afford oil anymore.
Right.
You see me, and if we can't afford oil, there goes the economy.
Right. So basically that's what we're trying to say, look, not because you see this assassination happen, look, things not gonna just I will get the kingdom in the next 3 months, man. No. No, you have all these things that have to happen first.
It's the beginning.
You know, it's the beginning. Basically, they're going to show you, it's a pinpoint to show you, say, look, these type of things like these emergency act and them things they're going to start play out now. The more serious things I get, them things going to start play out, it's going to affect your daily life. That's what we're here to tell you, and that's basically when the evil start to go. You can't give me the first precept, brother, with Lord Yahawashi.
Right.
Say.
Right, so Matthew 24. I'm going to start a verse.
Because the thing is now, the more side of things orderly, man. And this are the order how the thing will get done.
Right.
You know? We know that certain brothers would want to see this thing will get over and done with, but guess what? You have a specific order that the thing basically get done in. So that's basically the Lord playing out now, the order how the thing's supposed to play out. You read, brother?
Right, Matthew 24 verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
That's what's going on now.
Right.
We hear about the proxy wars between America and Russia over there in Syria, you know what I mean, in Yemen, the Gulf War, the Arab Spring, all these things basically happen. The scripture mentioned them as what? Wars and rumors of wars.
Right. It says, see that ye be not troubled.
Right.
For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
But the end is not yet.
Right.
This is the order. Seeing? Because why? Certain things have to happen before the end come, like especially the mark of the beast. So even the things that we are speak about now, these things are going to lead into how the mark of the beast will come about.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, get forcibly in men, they can already come about.
Yeah.
You see me? It says, for nation shall rise against nation. Right, and kingdom against kingdom.
Like what we are seeing now.
Right.
Yeah.
And there shall be famines.
Okay. So famines are going to come.
Right.
Now, this war basically that is being set up right now basically is you can basically call it it's war for resources, man.
Okay.
And the power to distribute and to profit from the world resources, man.
Okay.
See, and that's what this war is about. You know what I mean? Some people say, oh, they might go down there for the halal. You know what I mean? See, in a sense, that's how it is, man. See, it's about commodities and resources that is traded across the planet, and who have the upper hand over all of that will take place. You know what I mean? And when these things start to happen, logistics gonna be broken down, man. And when logistics break down, as the brother mentioned, the Strait of Hormuz, for instance, if this thing gets serious between Iran and Iran retaliate, you know that the Strait of Hormuz can be blocked off or shut down. Iran can't put much in mine in it, and the ship can't go through and all them something. And you know what will happen now? See, everything will come down to a grinding halt. You know what I mean?
Therefore, countries are gonna need for ration.
You know what I mean?
Countries are gonna need for allocate resources.
Yes.
You see me? And pretty much what we're getting now.
Thus the NDRRP.
Let me play a little more of that video.
Yeah.
You see me? Make it go in it and I'll go back to the scripture.
Yeah.
White House Press Secretary Jay Carney laughed off a question about the document at today's briefing. Let's take a look.
There's been some online commentary suggesting this gives the executive branch power to allocate energy, food, water in either peacetime or wartime. And there are some conservative blogs that are pushing the notion that this suggests the White House is preparing for a war with Iran.
All right.
Okay, so it can be the case that they are preparing for war, and this was back in 2012. You know what I mean? So in preparation for war for Iran, things like them thing here are gonna happen. See, when they allocate resources like food and water and all, the government are gonna seize all them things there, you know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I mean say the government itself can be the responsible for famine that basically hitting the people.
Right.
Because hey, look at Bengal, the Bengal famine, man. There was food there. See, the British basically was responsible for those people dying of starvation over there in India. And I like say, oh, the food never developed, but the food never get distributed to the people, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the same scenario is gonna play out in this time. So you're gonna have food shortages. You know what I mean? Artificial food shortages, man. You know what I mean? Food not gonna be distributed to certain countries, man, and certain people. You know what I mean? And the food is gonna be rationed. And guess what? Guess what? If you need food another time, basically you're gonna have to be registered in a certain manner or way. That's how the ship are coming in. You're gonna be tagged. Right? So if you don't have a chip, you cannot get anything for your sustenance, man.
Because in World War II in Germany,
yeah,
you see when they rounded up them fake Jews, the Ashkenaz Jews.
Yeah, them tag them, man.
Them tag them with a tattoo
IBM,
with them
IBM
number.
was the one who do that.
Right.
You know, the same people them who come up with the RFID chip today, they are the same ones basically tagging people.
So now instead of getting a physical tattoo, right, you get an actual implant that have a digital tattoo, yo. We're not just going to hold a number. We have to go look up. You have to hold all your information, your financial records, your health records, your nationality, your social media profile, your beliefs and all them things there, yo. You see me? It'll be a comprehensive database about you. You see me?
Okay. Hey, and the government gonna want to know who is who in the time of war, man. So that identification system that they're gonna bring in, necessary, man.
Right.
Because they don't know who is colluding with the enemies and them don't know who have linked to the enemy. In World War II, what them do, them lock up all the Japanese them. You know what I mean? If you link with Japan in the form of way you have ancestry from Japan, you was placed into a concentration camp. Because guess what? You could be spewing out information, vital information to the Japanese in that time of war. Those things are things that happen in the time of war. If you're not in compliance with the state in the time, you know, whatsoever you're doing, like what we are doing now, we are basically sowing dissent. So every group that seems to be sowing dissent basically is gonna be rounded up, man. Everybody will sow dissent in times of war gonna be rounded up, man. You know what I mean? That's what it coming down to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Matthew 24 verse 7 again, for nation shall rise against nation,
right,
and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines, pestilences.
Hey,
the brother have a dream. Bring out a dream this today about biological warfare, yo. You see me? So it not just be natural pestilences breaking out.
Yeah, you're gonna have
biological warfare upon the people, yo.
Yeah. Even doing so in a false flag settings by saying that, look, Iran release or whatsoever release on deadly pathogen, it was a terrorist attack from this country, to further justify themselves to go to war. It can be in that case.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's an earthquakes, and we see that even recently.
This morning another earthquake in Puerto Rico.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they are saying that no, there's a problem with the Caribbean plate. You know what I mean? Which basically can affect the Panama Canal, which basically can cut off food supply for the whole entire planet, man. You know what I mean? Because the food coming from the east back and forth come through the Panama Canal is a very vital canal. You know what I mean? And a major earthquake with on the Caribbean fault can cause problems like those. So hey, all these things correlate. You know what I mean? Going to the evils before the hottest part when the war come hot and the missiles fire, man.
Right. You say all these things are the beginning of sorrows. Yo.
Gone.
Right. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
You're going to be rounded up to concentration camps, man.
Right. Because we teach you descent, as the brother said.
Yeah.
Right. And shall kill you.
Right. I'm reading the word descent from my brother.
Right. No problem. Alright. This is descent from vocabulary.com. It says to dissent is to publicly disagree with an official opinion or decision. Right.
So whatsoever the United States government is saying and you're in a disagreement with it, you're sowing dissent. You're sowing dissent, and if he's an official or if he's in a high position, they will consider it as treasonous act, and punishment for treason is death.
Right.
You know what I mean? So hey. Hey, look, there's not gonna be nice times coming, man. You're not gonna be all you niggas on the highway and byway talking about the so-called white man is the devil. You better prepare, you know what I mean, for what the white man is gonna bring, because him already have you as a dissenter.
Right.
Yeah? Go on.
Right, continuing Matthew 24 verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, and then shall many be offended and betray one another, and shall hate one another. Right.
And another time they're going to associate us with what? Being terrorists, man.
Right.
See?
Domestic terrorism.
And you already have Negroes basically going to Iran since 2015. going to Iran summit about discrimination against black in America, you know what I mean, which basically Iran setting them up, you know what I mean, to look like proxies. You know what I mean? So you have them groups who basically go over there to Iran, now in the United States, the American government looking at them as what? A bunch of Iranian proxies, man. So then them get set up. You know what I mean?
Alright, this is Exodus chapter 1, start from verse 8. Now there arose a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they should join also unto our enemies and fight against us.
And this is a natural fear. This is a natural fear even of the so-called white man today, man. With Jake living in America, them don't have faith that Jake I go be with them through thick and thin going into World War 3, man. Hey, remember what Muhammad Ali said when Vietnam War was being fought? Him say, oh look, me not have no quarrel with them people here, so why no one send me go fight and send people here? You know what I mean? That's what Muhammad Ali said. So if Jake basically disagree with going to Iran to go fight Iran, you know what I mean? You guess what? See? The so-called white man is justified it with himself to have that fear. You know what I mean? Worse, you have Jake going over there already. You know what I mean? Thinking that Iran is sympathizing with them. You know what I mean?
Right. Seeing. So.
Yeah. See, so these are the dynamics that are gonna play out, man. You know what I mean? And for the government safety, that's what the government is gonna do. The government gonna seize upon all the resources, you know what I mean, in the time of war, and they're going to ration it out, and you know you have to have a pass, and that pass is gonna be the RFID chip, man. Whether they want medical attention, whether they want to get energy or food. Right. You know what I mean? We are going to them precept because it's scripture telling the Revelation the 13th chapter strict this is gonna be. Yeah?
Precept. Alright, this is 2nd Ezra 15, start at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and sword in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men.
Right, so even the fact that race war is gonna be going on at the same time, because you have Jake now basically believe that they are being mistreated, which basically it's true. They are being mistreated, you know, in America. You know, you have police brutality. You know, that's why you have the movements such as Black Lives Matter and all them madness. But anyway, seeing Jake basically already out there crying for civil rights. Right. Same way, you know what I mean? All this time them still are crying for civil rights. You know what I mean? Hey, but that basically showing that nations basically dividing themselves, man. You know what I mean?
Right. For there shall be sedition, which sedition is pretty much going up against the government.
Yes.
Dissent.
So in dissent.
Right.
Yep.
And invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And the course of their actions.
And this is the reason why martial law and all these emergency powers is basically being put in place. Because keep things at home under control.
Hey, we read before about martial law. Mr. read a little part again. Martial law can be used by governments to enforce their rule over the public.
Right.
You see me? So if you decide that you don't want to follow the orders, you see me, military force can be brought to bear on you, and you're not gonna have any lawyers, as the brother are going on before. If you say, oh, this person was treated unfairly, no. Your habeas corpus, your civil rights gonna be suspended, yo. Right? You go, and if you don't say the thing them according to what the enemy, the state say, you're gonna be treated as an enemy of the state.
A part of the one, you have the FEMA camps, death camps, video them where they come out back in the year 2008, them time there. Basically, they was telling you that, look, you're going to be brought to a re-education center, man. Some have a concentration camp, and one upon the yellow, they say red, blue, and yellow list. And they say the yellow list, basically, are the folks that are going to try to re-educate.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you have a certain type of ideology, you can be marked as enemy of the state, man.
Right, which we are enemies of the state, isn't it? Right? It say a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Why? Because you're gonna have what? Martial law.
Right. See,
You know what I mean?
NDRP.
Checkpoints.
Yeah, because one of the things them what them are gonna take control over is public transportation. Right. So therefore you're not gonna be able to just travel freely between cities when a war break out. You can't have that. As a brother, they are going to. You need to have your house in order. In order to go to war within a country, you can't have internal conflicts when you need an external conflict. You see me? So it's for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled and the houses destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread.
And this is what's going to happen ultimately. Things going to be broke. Things are going to break out.
Right.
Break out. Just before the bombs them come over, things are going to break out bad.
You
know what I mean? Full-fledged war at home in America.
Right. When them siege Jerusalem in 70 AD, before them even reach, our people is still in the land. They have to ration food within the city before the Roman forces came, because they have to make sure so them can last a certain amount of time. Right? And the siege itself lasted several months. Right? And of course the grain supply them run out. You see me? So after a while, right, people they eat them own kids and I eat them one another, right? And that was just a few months of siege. You see me? So even within a large country like the United States, we depend so much upon imported goods. You see me? What will happen when those imports halt, right? And the rationing get run out pretty much. You see me? People are gonna start do their own thing, yo. You see me? Even military personnel. Right, as we always get into from the beginning, military personnel are run out for the government weapons, yo.
Yeah, them are going to come rogue.
Yeah, because
some rogue group, rogue group, like a group where, you know, marauders.
I'm gonna say, yo, instead of protect the state, I'm gonna protect my family.
Yeah.
Right? And then when it reach more down to the wire, I gonna say, you know, F my family, me protect myself. You see me? Right? That's all the thing I gotta go down to, yo. You see me? He said, a man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Behold, saith the Lord, I will call together the kings of the earth and to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and from Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. So the Lord is the one who has stirred up the spirit of the
So
nation.
after all that, seeing you're gonna have a serious war, man.
Right. Between all the nations, yo.
Yeah. But basically nukes is gonna be fired, man. And them bombs are gonna fall in America, man. So don't be mistaken, man. Don't believe say the bombs are gonna come over and them things gonna happen in America first and other places in the world. Cause even in Jamaica here them things are gonna happen, man. You know what I mean? See? Social order are gonna completely break down. And the government are gonna try to put a lid on the situation, coming with their solutions, and the chip also is gonna be a part of the solution for what's gonna happen, man. See?
This is Lamentation chapter 4 verse 8. Their visage is blacker than a coal. Right, meaning a mourn. Right? They are not known in the street, their skin cleaveth to their bones, it is withered, it is become like a stick. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken too, for want of the fruits of the field. So you said them skin stick to them bone, the way them lose weight, yo, they become like a stick. Right? He said the hands of the pitiful women have sodden their own children. Right? They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people.
And this is what's gonna happen again.
Right. There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah? So if you think say World War III you're gonna be something like a movie where you go watch it happen and nothing happen.
Right. Hey.
At home. You're making a sad mistake, man.
Yeah, I have some people on the thing what them call Black Twitter. Making a bunch of memes, laughing at the scenario that's about to come up on the earth. But
before the seriousness of the war come, the drafting part of the war come, you're gonna see things that is not laughable happening at home. That is not laughable, man.
Before the draft even come, yo.
Yeah, before the draft even come, the draft for them a laugh at, because them basically them a laugh at the fact that them can be drafted for World War III. Before even that.
I watched a movie this morning named Book Thief, pretty much about the Second World War in Germany. Right, the drafting never started almost 2 years. You see me after the war, yo. Because they already have a military presence. And when the military start doing low, you start call upon the civilian population to serve in the army. It's because they want them to train already. To serve. But when them want to start dead now, you start take regular civilians to come fight in the war. You see me? And before that even come, we're not going to see the hardship, yo. You see me? Before that even come. Right? He said, the Lord hath accomplished his fury, he has poured out his fierce anger, he has kindled a fire in Zion, it has devoured the foundations thereof. Anything else you want to go on?
Yeah, that basically what we want to cover still, you know, because we don't want the idea so that war could just rage right now. You know what I mean? Yes, Iran may retaliate, you know, but all they got to serve for do is if you bring about these things, man.
Right.
If you bring about these emergency powers like martial law, you know, NDRP.
Going to war is a patient process, and it takes a while.
Yeah, and you have certain preparation has to be made. And what we're basically going on earlier is the preparation that is going to be made before it reaches that scenario. You know what I mean?
Leave a Luke 7 this. Search you count the costs.
Yeah, this war is not going to be like the Gulf War, man, with Saddam Hussein. Man, hey, look, not really go on a yard if you go fight against Saddam Hussein or anybody. This war basically is a global conflict that is about to be. You notice what them saying when in regards to Iran? Notice what them saying in regards to Iran. Everybody, on the tip of everybody's tongue is what? World War III. The spirit is on everybody to know that if there's a war with Iran, it is World War III. Everybody saying World War III. You never see them go to Syria and them say World War III. You never see them go to Iran and them say World War III. Libya, Iraq, and them say World War III. Them say Libya. Iran.
Right.
Anytime it come down to Iran, everybody, even mainstream media, talking about whether if Trump start World War III.
And the funny thing is, when them have the conflict with Iran in the 1980s, they never talk about World War III.
Yeah.
Because the spirit wasn't there then.
Right.
And now them know say, this is it, yo.
They know that in the time in the war start certain way, it is World War III with Iran, man.
So Luke 14 verse 31, or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulted whether he is able with 10,000 to meet him or coming against him with 20,000.
So they are preparing for a major war.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that major war is World War III. Them actually saying it out of their mouth.
Right.
So it's a major conflict. So the cost for them account basically is to make even preparation at home. You know what I mean? And those preparation is basically bringing all those emergency powers. Right now, in Congress right now, Nancy Pelosi and all them basically invoke the War Powers Act, trying to limit the president from doing the things that we are talking about. And that is all just a charade, man. See, and that shows that the president have war in mind. And all the things that are pertaining to war is going to happen. That's why them have the need now for vote on the War Powers Act in Congress, man. You have an article to see, my brother? You know what I mean? Yeah, because that's what's going on right now. You know what I mean? So they want to limit the president war powers, man. And part of the war powers is to declare martial law. Is to declare all the things that is written in NDRP, man. You know what I mean? Them executive orders, man. You know what I mean? So shit is getting really serious, man. And it basically gonna hit home in ways you never expect it, man. Yeah?
Alright. So this is from Associated Press, AP. Trump tests Congress's war powers with strike against Iran. Alright, it said President Trump's confrontation with Iran is posting a gut check for Congress, brazenly testing whether the House and Senate will exert their own authority over U.S. military strategy or cede more power to the White House. As tensions rise at home and abroad, Speaker Nancy Pelosi...
What say? As tension... What?
Rise at home
at home
and abroad.
Because shit is going to go down in the streets of America, man. You know what I mean? And they're going to make preparation for that. They're going to make preparation for that, man. Yeah, go on.
It says Speaker Nancy Pelosi will hold White House votes this week to limit Trump's ability to engage Iran militarily after the surprise U.S. airstrike that killed General Qasem Soleimani. A Senate vote is expected to soon follow.
Yep. See? So, with that, that's what I want to say, basically. You know what I mean? So, what I would say, Kalal Yahawah Bahasham Rawchaa Bahasham Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers. Them keep pushing this truth, man. You know what I mean? Things are getting hot.
Can.
Shalom.